Section 13 explains about the conciliation board for dispute settlement. Here, the conciliation board has the conciliation process as well as the formation of the conciliation board will be made, where the representatives of the parties will be there to have a fair and balanced dispute to be settled on. So if, for example, if any dispute arises, then what happens, according to the farming agreement, any farming agreement can be gone and referred to the first conferred to the conciliation board, where this conciliation board will have every endeavor made by the such boards, where they have given the place or establishment places. They can go and conquer there, and they just go and tell them what the dispute is. If any dispute has came to a conclusion or arrived to the before the 30 days, then the parties should have signed the and they should have come across the memorandum of settlement should be made by the parties. Section 15 explains about the no action for recovery of dues against farmers' land. Until section 14 is not been affected, no action can be taken by a farmer or on the land which the farmer is owning. Section 14 explains about, this is a very important mechanism. So section 14 explains about the mechanism for dispute resolution, where if anything like section 13 of clause 1 is not being made before 30 days, then within 30 this can be gone to the farmer can go and approach subdivisional magistrate, who shall be the subdivisional authority, and he decides the dispute. And he gives the receipt of the dispute, constitution of the conciliation board, and if the conciliation board process fails, then he will decide the summary manner within 30 days of date of receipt, and following that he will giving the reasonable opportunity for both the parties as farmer as well as the sponsor, based on those arguments and representatives. The order like this for dispute, penalty and interest will be given by the subdivisional authority, where if the sponsor failed or make any payment to the farmer, then the penalty will be extended to half times the amount due. If the farmer has made any failed to give or respond to the sponsor due to some any reasons or reasonable cause, then the farmer should pay the cost of input or the advance payment, which may not exceed the actual cost. Clause 3 explains about the if, for example, contravention dispute has been made on act or defaulty by the farmer, due to force matured, then no recovery of the amount for farmer will be made. So make sure they make a proper farming agreement, which may be helpful for them in anything goes in a unexpected manner. So 3 clause explains about the every order passed by the subdivisional authority will be the same as a civil court procedure according to the section Code of Civil Procedure 1908, Act number 5 of 1908, unless appeal referred under section subclause section 4. Fourth clause explains about the appeal to the appellate authority, where here collector and collector nominated person, additional collector, will be taking this appeal case, and this will be solved within 30 days. Disposal and everything will be made within 30 days. So civil court manner will be followed here. Amount payable will be discussed, and the recovery as it will be like recovered as arrears of land revenue. This is what explained in it. And the civil court procedure like taking evidence oath, discovery, documents production, and enforceability, attendance of witness, material objects and other will be made as same as the civil court procedure. And moving on with the chapter 4 explains about the miscellaneous, with section 16 to 25 explained in chapter 4. 16 explains about the powers of central government to give direction to the state government, where the state government should implement and accept the directions of the central government. Section 17 explains about the authorities under the act to the public servant. Public servant here means according to Indian Penal Code, Act number 45 by 8060, under section 21, all authorities here means registration authority, subdivisional authority, appellate authority. Section 22 and 23 are the important section here. Section 22 explains about the central government giving the power to make rules on the civil code under section 14 clause 8, and 30 days or total of 30 days the House of Parliament can make any decision based on the provisions. And section 23 explains about the state government having the powers to make any rules by having a discussion with the state legislature and registration, constitution, powers, manners, mode of payment, anything can be discussed. This will be explained in section 23. Moving on to the section 18 explains about the good faith of the central government as well as the state government taken actions. Section 19 explains about the bar of jurisdiction of the civil code, and section 20 explains about the overriding effect. Section 21 explains about the act not to apply to the Stock Exchange and Clearing Corporation, Securities Contract Registration Act 1956, where the act number 42 of 1956. Section 24 explains about the remove difficulties, and 25 explains about repeal and savings. This is for the holistic understanding of the act. I have hopes I have made first two acts which the farmers are protesting now. In mere future I will explain about the Essential Commodities Act as well.